And so, speaking of the Titans, let's talk about the 2-4 West Mifflin Titans. Who, looking back on last season, I probably wouldn't tell you that they went 2-4. I probably would have said they finished somewhere above that. But they definitely were underwhelming, especially at the beginning of the season. They didn't score a point until that Laurel Highlands game at home that they ended up winning by a touchdown. What are your initial takeaways here from the Titans losing a guy like Nikai Johnson heading into 2021?
Yeah, that's going to be a hard guy to replace. We got Nikai Johnson, who was the pick commit, and has a great chance of uh, playing substantial time at defensive end for Pitt this year. Um, and a lot of controversy right now, West Mifflin, with the whole transfer scandal, I guess you could call it. There was rumors of West Mifflin not even being eligible for the playoffs if they even made it last year, and I know those are still up in the air this year. And their schedule is not easy. I mean, here's how they start. At Char Valley, I'm pretty sure that's a scrimmage. Am I right by that? Is that
I don't think it
okay?
is.
Well, either way. Okay, so
I
at Char
don't think so.
Valley, that's going to be a tough one. At South Fayette, I don't think they won that one. Elizabeth Forward, I know they're 3A. I think Elizabeth Forward wins that game. Belle Vernon's going to be tough. At Laurel Highlands, yeah, that is not a tough stretch. And then you got McKeesport, Hollidaysburg, and Thomas Jefferson on the last stretch of the month in October. So, yeah, this is going to be a rough season for West Mifflin.
I mean, they do have only 3 away games, and all of them come in September or earlier. So, I mean, that's positive. I mean, you get those games at home, and a Ringgold and a Trinity is definitely winnable. And you look at some of the experience they're coming back with. They're coming back with their quarterback. They're coming back with the Ogletree brothers at running back. Andre Spencer isn't, he's a reliable downfield threat, I'd say. They have to replace their entire defensive line, and that's probably the biggest drawback for me when I'm looking at West Mifflin and comparing them with a Laurel Highlands or a Trinity, and seeing them compete for that last playoff spot. But yeah, I mean, this team should be wholesale better maybe than last year. That out of conference schedule is just so tough. I question if they're going to have the right mentality coming out of that out of conference schedule, where they enter the conference schedule and have a little bit of momentum. But just straight away, I mean, what are realistic expectations for this team entering 2021?
Realistic, I think realistic, they're a below 500 team. I think they could have the possibility of finishing 500, but that's going to be tough. I know they have only 3 away games, but they're on a down cycle right now. They're a good program that's trying to find their way back to the promised land, but they're in the wrong conference to be rebuilding right now, just because of how dominant the top tier teams are.